women lose interest in you no matter how hard you try? What if there were hidden rules, rooted in Machiavelli's timeless wisdom, that could flip the script and make them chase you? These 5 powerful principles go beyond manipulation.
They tap into energy, presence, and spiritual alignment, awakening your natural magnetism and shifting how women respond to you instantly. If you're tired of being overlooked, stuck in the friend zone, or just want to finally feel in control of your love life, this video will change everything. Watch closely, because once you understand these rules, you'll never see attraction the same way again. There's a strange truth most people never tell you. Attraction doesn't care if you're kind, and it doesn't respond to fairness, logic, or effort. It moves in shadows, beneath words and appearances, following the quiet pulse of perception, polarity, and energy. You've probably felt it before. You gave everything and they pulled away. You were nice, respectful, even vulnerable, and instead of deepening the connection, the air went cold. This isn't because kindness is wrong, but kindness without mystery is just comfort, and desire doesn't grow in comfort, it grows in tension. Attraction is the result of opposites, the charge between what is given and what is withheld, between what is seen and what remains unseen. In spiritual terms, this is the law of polarity. Without distance, there is no longing. Without contrast, there is no magnetism. If your soul is giving itself away too easily, the other stops valuing it, because what is abundant without cost is rarely respected. Here's what most don't understand. People don't fall for what's perfect, they fall for what moves them, what stirs something unspeakable, what feels like a dance between presence and absence. To master this dance, you need more than tactics. You need self-awareness, a deep, calm understanding of human nature, including its darker corners. This is where Machiavelli whispers, not as a manipulator, but as a realist. He didn't say to fake love. He said to know what drives people so you don't suffer for your blindness. Attraction is not built by pleasing, it's built by polarity, by being anchored when the world is pulling, by holding your center while offering your light. This isn't about games, it's about gravity. So if you're tired of being overlooked, of trying hard and getting less, perhaps it's time to stop chasing the rules of romance and start learning the quiet laws of energy. Seeking approval is the fastest way to lose your presence, the very energy that makes you magnetic. When you look for validation from her, you send an unconscious message, I need you to decide my worth. Machiavelli knew this well. He advised rulers to avoid begging for favor, because those who do are discarded first. The one who chases approval weakens their position before the game even begins. True presence isn't about impressing others, it's about being fully aligned within yourself. When you stop asking, what do I say to get her to like me? And instead ask, who am I becoming as I speak? You shift from desperation to power. This power is quiet but unmistakable. It's the calm at the center of the storm. Presence is spiritual because it reflects your relationship with yourself. If you are whole, you don't need anyone else's permission to exist. That wholeness creates a magnetic field that naturally attracts without force. It's not arrogance, it's clarity. When you cultivate presence, you no longer react to every emotional impulse or external signal. You move from being a leaf tossed by the wind to becoming the rooted tree that sways but does not break. This groundedness invites curiosity and respect rather than dependence and doubt. So rather than seeking her approval, focus on cultivating your inner presence, because presence is the energy that draws her in, long before words even reach her ears. Predictability in attraction is like a slow death for the soul. It dims the spark and drains the energy between two people. Machiavelli, who advised rulers to avoid being fully predictable, understood this well. The same principle applies to attraction. When you become too easy to read, you lose your edge. Women, like all humans, crave emotional movement, not chaos, but a subtle flow of novelty that keeps the heart curious and engaged. Predictability is the ego's attempt to control the outcome, to create routine where mystery once lived. Yet, routine replaces presence with complacency. Staying unpredictable doesn't mean being unstable or erratic. It means holding space for mystery while remaining emotionally grounded. It's the art of responding with calm originality, sometimes pausing before you reply, sometimes disagreeing gently, sometimes simply letting silence linger just long enough to invite wonder. This grounded unpredictability is like a rhythm that keeps the dance alive. It honors your emotional maturity while keeping the other person guessing, curious, and wanting more. In spiritual terms, predictability is a contraction of the soul, an ego-driven script that narrows your presence. But when you embrace uncertainty with calm authority, you open a space where authentic connection can thrive. So resist the urge to be fully known all at once. Let your energy move with purpose and grace, because mystery isn't just a game tactic, it's a reflection of your inner life, your depth, and your power. One of the most common traps in attraction is losing yourself in the pursuit of another. Machiavelli's wisdom reminds us that power is never gained by abandoning your own kingdom to chase someone else's. When a man makes a woman the sun around which his entire world spins, he risks burning out and losing both. Love is magnetic only when it flows from a man who holds his own center, a man who knows his path, his purpose, and refuses to dissolve into someone else's needs. Masculine energy, at its core, is directed. It is a flame that burns with intention, not a wildfire that consumes everything in its path. If your inner fire burns for everything, it will soon burn out. This flame must be kept sacred, nurtured through solitude, self-reflection, and emotional sovereignty. You don't lose the woman by standing firm in yourself. You gain a presence so strong that it draws her closer, not through neediness, but through quiet confidence. Philosophically, this is about balance. Attraction arises from polarity, from the dance between union and separation. When you lose your center, the polarity collapses, and desire fades. But when you honor your path and your inner fire, you create a space where love can grow, not out of desperation, but out of respect and mutual vitality. So never trade your kingdom for affection. Instead, build it strong and let love be the visitor who admires your throne, not the ruler who takes it over. Emotional control is one of the most magnetic qualities a man can embody. Machiavelli famously said a prince must be feared more than loved, but above all, respected. This respect isn't born from intimidation or coldness. It comes from a calm, unshakable authority that holds its ground without aggression. When you allow emotional intensity like jealousy, clinginess, or oversharing to rush in too early, you create imbalance. Neediness repels because it signals a lack of inner stability and self-worth. It's like a storm battering a fragile ship. No one wants to sail into that turbulence. The awakened masculine doesn't chase desire. It magnetizes it by simply being present, steady, and clear. This kind of power doesn't scream for attention. It commands it through silent strength. Spiritually, this means learning to sit with desire without immediately reacting to it. Desire is energy, and energy, when controlled, becomes power. When you master this, you move beyond the reactive self and into the realm of intentional presence. So, instead of reacting out of fear or insecurity, cultivate calm authority. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. It means holding them with dignity and choosing how and when to express them. In this way, you become a center of gravity, a man whose presence invites trust and admiration, not anxiety or doubt. Your steady calm becomes a beacon in the storm, and that is truly magnetic. Over-explaining your value is often a sign of uncertainty, even if it hides behind confidence. Machiavelli understood that appearance matters, sometimes more than reality. Appear strong, even when you're uncertain, he advised, because perception shapes outcomes. In relationships, this means you don't need to say, "I'm a nice guy," or justify why you deserve attention. Strength is shown through your energy, your detachment, your calm refusal to prove yourself. Actions speak louder than words, and silence can be more powerful than defense. Think of the lion in the wild. It doesn't roar to convince anyone it's the king of the jungle. It simply moves with a presence that says, "I am." This energy is the language of power. When you feel the urge to explain or convince, Pause and reflect. Is this coming from a place of self-assurance or self-doubt? True value doesn't need defense. It is self-evident to those who have eyes to see. Let your energy carry your message. Let your presence do the work. When you embody who you are, you invite others to meet you there without the weight of justification. This subtlety in communication is a form of mastery, a way to protect your energy and preserve your soul's value. The less you explain, the more mysterious and magnetic you become. It's important to understand that these principles aren't about manipulation or deception. Machiavelli's teachings, when seen through a spiritual lens, are tools for self-mastery, ways to protect your energy and honor your soul's value. True masculine power isn't about dominating others. It's about embodying presence, mystery, and truth. It's about showing up authentically, with clarity and calm, rather than reacting from fear or need. This power comes from alignment, from knowing yourself deeply and refusing to bargain your worth for fleeting approval. When you stop begging to be chosen, when you choose yourself first, the world begins to respond differently. Your energy shifts. You move from chasing external validation to cultivating an inner sovereignty that magnetizes without effort. This is the essence of power without manipulation, a quiet confidence that honors both your boundaries and the freedom of others. Understanding these rules is just the beginning. Embodying them requires patience and self-awareness. Attraction isn't a checklist you complete, but a living energy you cultivate within yourself. It's about showing up fully, with your authentic shadows and light, without apology or pretense. This is what creates real polarity, the dynamic dance between two energies that pulls without force. When you embody calm authority, grounded unpredictability, and unwavering presence, you're not trying to control outcomes or people. You're mastering yourself. And mastery is the truest form of freedom. It frees you from the endless chase for approval, from the exhausting need to explain or justify your worth. You start to realize that attraction is a reflection of your own inner state. The energy you radiate, whether tense or relaxed, needy or serene, becomes a mirror that draws people toward or away from you. This is why self-mastery is the foundation of all meaningful connection. There's a subtle but profound difference between influence and manipulation. Influence comes from clarity, integrity, and respect. It's an invitation. Manipulation comes from fear, scarcity, and hidden agendas. It's a trap. By anchoring yourself in truth and presence, you naturally influence without resorting to tactics that compromise your soul. As you practice these principles, you'll notice a shift not only in how others respond to you but in how you relate to yourself. You become your own center, no longer dependent on external validation or fleeting moments of approval. This inner sovereignty is a power that can't be taken away. It's yours to hold and grow. Ultimately, this path is about more than attraction or relationships. It's about reclaiming your energy, your voice, and your life. When you stop living to be seen by others and start living for your own truth, you unlock a deeper kind of freedom, the freedom to create, to love, and to be fully alive. Embodying this energy changes everything, not just your relationships, but the way you move through life itself. When you ground yourself in presence, mystery, and purpose, you create a ripple effect that transforms your entire experience. Take time to sit with these teachings. Let them settle quietly inside you. Notice how your energy shifts when you stop chasing and start becoming. Journaling, meditation, or mindful reflection can help you anchor these truths deeper within your being. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. Change unfolds slowly, often beneath the surface, before it becomes visible. But as you cultivate your inner power, you naturally invite the right energy to come toward you. Not through force or manipulation, but through authentic resonance. So, when you stop chasing and start becoming, the right energy starts chasing you. If this message spoke to you, and you're ready to dive deeper into mastering presence, purpose, and power, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Here, we explore the invisible dynamics that shape your reality and guide you toward living with true emotional clarity and strength. Leave a comment below sharing which rule resonated most with you, or what part of your own journey you're working on right now. Your insight could inspire someone else in this community. Thank you for being here. See you in the next video.